Okay. Sorry, I had to take a sip of that drink. We are looking like something. We got a few products sent in. They sent them, but they need to send some money in. Waiting for that check to clear. Talk about the products here on the desk. What's going on, Juice?
Another day.
Okay.
Taking it day by day, that's all.
That's all you can do, champ.
That's it. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I'm sipping on a little something myself. I seen something today, champ, that I was kind of like taken back. I seen a dude in the store with, yo, let me tell you something. Guys out there, if you are going bald, just bring it on home, champ. Like, for real, don't let the fucking sides blow out and then the middle is missing and then it's like a little piece of hair in the middle. That shit looks like a fucking MLB diamond. Next time I see you motherfuckers with a little bit of patch in the middle of your head and the sides have hair, I'm gonna ask you straight up, what inning are we in? Because that's a whole pitcher's mound on your phone. Let that shit, listen, I'm part of the club. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no thing.
I'm on my way there.
Oh, shit.
I'm on my way there. But I ain't taking my hat off today, but I'm on my way there.
I wasn't gonna tell nobody that. I was gonna let you live.
You said we raw, so it is what it is.
I mean, so should I tell the people your head looked like the Welcome to Jamaica hat with the dreads on it? Should I tell them that?
Nah, because I never seen that hat number one, so I don't even know what the hell you talking about. What the fuck is you talking about?
That's the hat with red, green, and yellow, and then there's dreads connected to the hat. It almost looked like a kufi. You get it when you go to Jamaica. Okay. You could buy it from like a souvenir store or something. And people normally come back with them. Kids be playing with them.
But I ain't totally on the top. It's just, it's easing away.
I mean, but I
use the Jamaican castor oil though, so.
I feel like you could save it.
Trying to with the Jamaican castor oil and other stuff.
It might be stress too.
Buy it too, it could be.
And on top of that, fucking just letting your hair breathe. You know what I'm saying? Wearing hats and shit like that or whatever. Well, that's what I thought it was in the beginning. I took a
But it
picture.
could be genetics too, because my brother went bald, like, you know, he shaved his head. He went bald before he was 30. Well, he started going bald before he was 30. My uncle started going bald, my mother's brother, he started going bald when he was around 19, 20. He was still in the military. So.
My shit started acting weird about 30.
Man, that's around the time of my brother.
And I just remember the days of me walking down the hallway brushing these shits. And I'd take pictures with young women, looking back on them shits years later. You know, motherfuckers used to always like, oh, I wear too many hats because the corner of your shit start going first. So you thought it was the hat, you taking the hat off and on.
First, I thought it was do-rags. I used to wear a do-rag and rock a hat.
Yeah.
And this before I started going bald, because I just went the waves. Or some type of stocking cap. But then I said, okay. Once I started getting older, I said, damn, when I hit my mid-30s. But also I used to shave my head at one time too, and it had nothing to do with it. I was just shaving it to see what it was like. Then I grew it out, and then I started growing locks.
It's a cool breeze. It's a cool breeze.
Yeah, until that shit started itching.
I never had that problem. And my barber taught me how to shave. I just got tired of fucking living a lie. I used to tell him, put the clippers, take it down to the lowest Caesar, right? Like a 1. See, and that shit is an illusion. Because from a distance, it looked like I had a bald head. But when you get up on me, I still had a hairline. It was just light. See, I was getting the public used to seeing me with a baldy. Even though I could snap my ass off, I heat somebody's ass up, I just wasn't ready for that. I had to prepare myself, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, shit, now that we talking about that, I feel like I wanted to expand on this type of conversation because I'm seeing a lot of weird things around me with some older guys, with some older women as well, where they just can't let go of what they used to be and accepting change, accepting the person that they're becoming. Like some people still hold on to what they were in high school, right? Physically, you know, they are still holding on to those being the flyest in the school or the women wanting them. So let me ask you, why is it hard for guys to accept change? People in general.
When you're talking about the high school thing, and if you were popular, and you know, you got all the girls, and maybe you were a sports star or whatever, excuse me, it's ego. Because guys are egotistical, some guys are egomaniacs. We always, a lot of times we do what we do off of ego. Some have super egos, some have lower egos, but most males have some type of ego. You know, so yeah, it's a little bit of narcissism in there too.
Okay.
But
I totally agree with everything you just said. It's weird because when you get a certain age, you're supposed to be comfortable with who you are. I feel like you are. This is my own personal opinion, and we can't speak for women, we can only speak for the men. So I feel like when you get to a certain age, you are supposed to be comfortable with who you are, who you're becoming, you know what I'm saying, who you became, the woman that you're with, and things like that. Some guys just can't seem to let go of you know, the past, and it's almost like embarrassing when you're somewhere and people are talking about like what it was to be this particular person in school. Yo, dog, you almost 50. Now, memories are memories, right? Like,
I was gonna get to that, but go ahead. You go ahead.
Memories are memories. And certain memories are cool. But then again, I be feeling like, who am I to be able to, who am I to say what people should talk about and what people shouldn't talk? And you know, that's not my place. But a lot of times, I find myself, like when people are talking about shit that I don't necessarily want to hear, I just move away. But I'm be wondering like, yo, you know those days are over, right? Like you having all the women in the world. Yo, you're married, right? Like what are you holding on to that memory for, of this particular girl? And if you are still holding on to those memories and you talking about them as much as you are, like to the point to where it's like almost disrespectful to your current situation, then why the fuck did you get married?
Ego. And a lot of dudes sometimes, I think they feel the need to be kept.
Oh, a cat nigga.
But I mean kept, I don't mean like kept. Like with the other show that we did when we talked about, you know, cohabitating. Some dudes, they need that. They don't like being alone. They have an issue with being alone. They don't like being alone. Okay? What my man say in the movie with Ricky and Ice Cube? What he tell his brother? He said, yo, he got in-house pussy, he got this, he got that.
I mean,
I may be going a little left with that, but I mean, some dudes need to be kept. Some dudes, you know, some dudes don't like being alone. Some dudes need that trophy.
That's something else. Shit, even some of the guys that can't accept, like for instance, you know, and maybe I'm being a little too hard on people when what I'm about to say, like as far as women and men are concerned. But when is it a point to where, like, in life, when should the way you dress change as well? Like, what is it a certain age where, and I'm saying that because, like, for instance, right now, I have on a hockey jersey, right? You could see me at times wearing things like this because I grew up in the 90s and I'm a New York baby, right? So hockey jerseys, football jerseys, basketball jerseys,
baseball.
It was a thing in New York City. You could see the girls and the dudes on the block in Timberlands, jean shorts, and a hockey jersey. They might even not, they probably didn't even know who the fuck the person was on the hockey jersey that they were wearing. But it looked
official.
Yeah, it was some fly shit in the 90s in New York City. So at times my style of dress does resemble 90s New York, right? But on the flip side of that, my pants are damn near nut huggers. They definitely gotten slimmer, fitting, right? That my jeans are not baggy. I don't wear fucking boot cuts with running sneakers. And I know that might be, but like, it's kind of like my style of dress kind of changed with my age. I no longer need to buy, I got a 38 waist. What the fuck am I buying 42s for? You know what I'm saying? So I'll be wondering, like, I wonder sometimes when I look at these dudes, like, is it just me? Am I being too hard on people that still dress like they did in high school and they're almost 40, 50 years old? Like,
well, first thing, when you talked about shit, you can't even find baggy jeans no more, barely, bro. Like, even, and I'm a skinny dude. And my shit is skinny on me. Like, it's hard for me to do the nut huggers. But
you could find baggy jeans.
I haven't found none in about 4 years.
But
even on like Amazon, the mall, Marshalls, whatever. I'm like, yo, damn, I can't get no baggy jeans.
You could go to Old Navy, and they still sell. They still sell carpenter jeans.
Yeah, they do. I wasn't even thinking about Old Navy.
And shit, I mean.
And I used to work there, and that's bad.
Listen, not just Old Navy. You can go anywhere to buy clothes. There's still baggy jeans everywhere. I don't know where the hell you're going, but I'm telling you, you can still buy baggy jeans. It's just the cut. See, now they're telling you, oh, these jeans are slim, or these are skinny. These, and they even have relaxed fit, regular fit. So they're still there, and them being baggy on you just a matter of you buying a bigger size.
Yeah, these shits ain't baggy. Maybe a tad, but you know. But what I was gonna get at when you're talking about a certain age, because I remember, shit, I'm probably still in high school, and I see my dad with Sean John and Rockaway shit. But you gotta understand, at that time, I'm 16, 15, he's in his 40s. He's like my age, you know. No, wait, hold on, let me see. No, he was about 44, 45. So technically, yeah, he was my age when I was about 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? But he was, you know, any new sneakers that came out, he's rocking Sean John, Rockaway. I really didn't pay it any mind.
This shit pops.
Yeah, but it just, you know, I guess maybe he wanted something stylish or something that fit, or because he wasn't worried about his look. He wasn't worried about his look, but I guess maybe he liked it, and they would, you know, he had some nice stuff.
We even knew, God bless him, we even knew of someone that he passed away, Mr. Frank. He used to wear all the Sean John. He used to buy every Jordan that dropped, and not only a pair for him, damn near for everybody in the house. You know what I'm saying? So, but he often, you will see him like running errands in like a sweatsuit and some expensive Jordans, but then during the week, you seen him in suits and shoes and So with that being said, it's like, I think that at a certain, listen, to each his own. You know what I mean? If fashion, if a certain type of fashion makes you feel good, inside and out, wear whatever you want to wear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to seem like, you know, I'm bashing people that still put on certain shit. But what is a age limit on certain shit? Well, there is no age limit.
There really isn't, because you just pretty much said it. But I want to go back to when you were talking about the jerseys and stuff like that. Jerseys are universal, bro. You got diehard fans of a certain sport.
Exactly.
That till they 100 years old, they rocking because they down with their team or whatever. Okay. But if you into that, and we watch all sports, bro, pretty much, and you like a jersey, a certain jersey, whatever, you get it. So I don't think, like I said, I think it's universal, bro. It's universal.
And something else, you know, that I've given thought, just listening to other men, whether it's in the barbershop or conversing with different men from different walks of life, I realized that certain men also they can't accept their significant other changing physically. Like, men have a hard time with it. But see, the men that I've heard talk about shit like that, I look at them. It's like, how could you be upset with your wife gaining 40, 50 pounds, right? But you don't look like nothing, like you look like you're overweight. So it's like, yo, you criticizing your wife for not looking a certain way, and you don't look up to par yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I realized that guys, their expectations for their significant other doesn't even meet. Like, this, it's different for them. Like, it's okay for you to look like a fucking slob, but your wife can't. But then you telling her, or you cheating on her with something that don't look like her, right? You go and chase some ass that is younger, tighter, you know what I'm saying? Like, well put together. But then you're telling your wife, or not even telling her, or your girlfriend, you probably telling her, you probably not telling her, but you don't like the changes that she's going through or her body has went through. What do you, I see you.
You know, I'm itching.
Yeah.
Because you already know where I stand on this, bro. First of all, you marry somebody, not only is it legal, it's supposed to be for life. Now things happen or whatever. But you can't be that ignorant of the fact that when you age, you're going to change. You have kids, she's probably gonna end up changing. If we're 70 years old together, she ain't gonna look like she was 25. I ain't either.
But when do you, now, okay, all right. But what are you willing to accept and what are you not willing to accept?
If that's my wife and I'm in this for life, we in it for the long haul, whatever. I ain't gonna love her no less.
Okay, but what about the attraction, right? I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just trying to pick your brain, right? What if everyone changes physically? There does come a time in life where, you know, you probably put on a little weight. It's times in your life that you might put on a little bit of weight, right? But what is acceptable? Like, right? So you mean to tell me that, and I'm just picking your brain. I'm just creating conversation. What about if your wife, or for the women out there that's listening, what if your significant other gets to a weight that is unattractive? How do you even like? You're willing to accept a woman. I'm talking to you, Juice. I'm
waiting for you to.
What is? There's no limitations. So your wife could.
That's not what I was saying.
I'm asking you. No, I'm not. I didn't say you said that. But I'm asking you.
She gains a little weight. That it happens. It happens with a whole.
What's a little? That's what I'm trying to say.
But once it starts to get unhealthy, when health problems start to manifest and compromise and recompromise, then we're gonna have to sit and have a conversation. We're gonna have to have a conversation. Because like I said, if I love you, I don't wanna lose you. All right, you gain a little weight. Okay, it happens. But I don't want you to get crazy. And people, they have a big misconception. People think because people are skinny that they're healthy. And that's not true as well.
No.
So when you get to that point, we're going to have to sit and talk. When it starts to compromise and manifest, and
So going to the doctor, and the doctor telling you, you're at this height, you should be this weight. Is that something that you should kind of like abide by and try to stay within that realm?
Well,
and stay within that weight?
Okay. Well, you say you're trying to pick my brain. Now, we're talking about. You mean obesity? Because you have certain females that are bodybuilders that can be a certain weight.
Right. So
you understand what I'm saying? So you're talking about obesity.
So what you're saying is, you are willing to accept any form of change when this woman is your wife. You're willing to accept any sort of change.
As long as it doesn't go overboard. As long as it's not a health issue. Like I said, If I love you, I love you. I didn't marry you just because of how you look. We had conversation or something. We might have fight pretty good. Who knows? But I'm just saying, like, you made me laugh. I made you laugh. Like, it's a lot of circumstances, bro.
But what if you made her laugh and she can't laugh without fucking coughing up a lung? Or what if she's laughing so much that she breaks out into like a sweat for being. Now, that's what I mean. Like, okay, so even with that being said, because I want to move on to the next one. And this is all about accepting change, right? This is about men accepting change. We can't speak for women because we're not women, obviously, right? So these are just some of the conversations that I've heard men have in barbershops, at barbecues, amongst the guys, at the bar, whatever, And I've always wanted to have this type of dialogue on the podcast. So this is where we are now. But, there's nothing wrong with, because some guys, like, they can't accept their woman changing physically, but they don't know how to approach it, right? They don't know how to address it.
Well, I don't want to cut you off, but also too, what I was just thinking about. See, you gotta understand, some guys use women for a trophy. You see my wife? So then when she starts to change, she ain't that trophy no more.
Yeah.
And then it becomes an issue for them.
Now that goes,
but it goes back to the egotistical, narcissistic thing I was talking about when we started.
Now you just said the key word, change. Men accepting change, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you got into a situation, first of all, see, that's the problem as well. And I'm not gonna act like I'm a stranger to it. And I've had this discussion as well. When you see someone, you cannot fucking tell me that it's not how they physically look first. You don't even fucking know them.
Absolutely.
You don't know them. So you seeing a girl or you seeing a guy, it's like either, damn, this nigga look good, and the guy's like, damn, she look good. Now, speaking from a guy's perspective, 9 times out of 10, when the guy sees a woman, he's gonna say, damn, she look good. And you might even hear him say out loud, I know he's thinking it, but out loud, you might even hear a guy say what he will be willing to do to her sexually. I'll beat the brakes off that cooch. I'll do anything for that. Or I'll do anything to it. Like, it's pure physical when a guy and a girl see each other, right? And then, hopefully, you know, you get a number, you get to take her out, you get to pick her brain, see what type of person she is as well. You know what I'm saying? You got something for that? Cause I got something else too that I want to bring up. Cause I just had a conversation about this, so it's fresh in my brain, and this goes with the topic at hand. Change, right? Like, if you want your partner, whether it be male or female, if you two are in a relationship and somewhere in the middle of the relationship, this person starts demanding things of you sexually that he wasn't in the beginning. I said, one, it could be a bunch of different reasons, but I'm gonna give at least 2 to 3. One, he probably didn't tell you that in the very beginning. Like, you know, a lot of motherfuckers are like, I just want my dick sucked. I just want to suck my dick. A lot of men feel like getting a dick sucked from a woman is damn near whorish, right? And if you don't believe me, look at the Gucci Mane and Keisha.
Oh, I know a lot of guys.
Okay, it's almost whorish. So guys don't present that to you in the very beginning. How they enjoy it so much that they would rather let you suck on their dick than them fucking you. I know a lot of guys like that. They would rather head than sex.
I was
right? So if this person, that could be a reason, like later on he start asking for his dick sucked and he didn't in the beginning. 2, and I'm sorry, fellas, but it could be because somewhere y'all lost the connection and he's fucking around. And whoever he's fucking around with is sucking on his dick or fucking him a certain way. And now he's comparing this hooker to you. That's where a lot of dudes go wrong. Comparing a side joint, or even the dudes that's not cheating, comparing the old thing to the new thing. But see, the problem is, guys, you leave out, you don't even fucking try to teach your significant other. If a woman, and we talked about this before, if a woman or a man could be taught, things could change for the better. But once you stop learning one another, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Now, the third thing is him hearing his cackling ass friends talk about what's going on in their life, and he's wondering why that's not happening in his bedroom.
Yeah, they putting shit in his head.
In any event, I think that change is, for men, it's definitely a hard thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I took my hat off earlier. I showed you my bald head. I had fucking waves. When it was time for me to cut this shit off, I had to accept the I know that's some minor shit, but you're not gonna always be that person. And you have to learn to accept the person that you've become.
Love the skin you in.
And if you're at a certain age and you're with a particular woman, she's with you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, and even like to the guys that still are trying to hold on to what it used to be. I promise you, if you take a step back, what it used to be versus what it is now, I bet you now it's so much better than it used to be. It was a journey that you're forgetting about. The journey in between from the young you to who you are now. And I think a lot of people don't think about the journey. That's just as exciting as you once being that guy, quote unquote. Because it's so many stories in between that you could tell that will inspire the next person or help the next person accept who they are now. And I think a lot of guys forget about that part. So, yeah, it's cool to tell those stories, but the journey in between is just as cool.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with reminiscing.
No,
There's
definitely
absolutely
not.
nothing wrong with
Definitely
reminiscing.
not.
Especially if it was a defining point in your life or shit. I still talk about when I graduated high school. Like, yo, I was so happy. All right, now it's time for college.
Yeah.
That shit didn't work out. But hey, I graduated, went to college for a little bit, didn't work out. But it was an experience. Like you say, it was a journey. You know, and then you got to figure out how do I fix this? Do I try to go back to school? Do I go to work? It's no different than, like you said, it's like in a relationship. It's a journey. You got to try to figure out how to fix it.
Yes.
If there's something broken.
Yeah. Look, I've accepted change. I used to be able to cook crack. Whip it up.
I was going to say something.
I used to bake crack. Bake it. Good, I was good at it. Now I just bake cookies.
And chickens and whatever else.
I've accepted change. Will you?
Oh man.
Yeah. So listen here.
You really went there though. That shit caught me.
I'm serious,
Go
man.
ahead.
I'm serious,
That
man.
shit go.
Yo, dudes need to accept that shit and move on, man. For real, for real. But, you know, with that being said, I think we're gonna close out. You got anything that you wanna?
Nah, you cleared it all up.
All right. Guys, man, again, accept change. It's great. Change is great. And don't forget about the journey in between point A to point Z, wherever. You know what I mean? That journey in between is great as well. And I promise you, talking to the right people, even probably even changing your circle, I bet you that story in between is just as exciting. But that's based on who the fuck you're around when you're talking about change. So you can check the episodes out on Tuesdays, visual on YouTube, WTW_NYC. Even listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, and iHeartRadio. Please, when you go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It's gonna help me out. I'm trying to be large and in charge. Like my shit, share it, repost it, tell your friends about it. Again, I am Mr. Walker. This is Mr. Walker's podcast. My co-host Juice. We signing out.